This is Nightclub versus Dying to the Boar. It's Division 7 of my Tier 3 League, Season 1. We're using the World Cup 2020, was it? Anyway, World Cup Team Acropolis. And as you can see, the players are spawning on and Acropolis. These are not giant butt cheeks or Pac-Mans, these are Acropolises. As you can see on the actual map here, not the mini-map. In the middle there's a tiny hill as well, so this is not water on this one. It's just yeah, just some bit of ornament here. An actual Acropolis in the middle, some details there, temple ruins. So allegedly this one should play out a little bit like Lombardia. I mean, eventually as the game goes along, you'll be setting up trade along the corners or around your home base. Mobility should play a huge role here if I am to assume things here. So here we have the Belgian playing as the Mongols. Should have a very nice potential scouts opening here, but the distance is far. So don't count too much on scouts aggression to work. Of course, you could still use them for map control and defensive purposes. So Mongols here for the Belgian, hunting 40% faster, pushing in the deer from a distance here, and since the players spawn so closely, you could actually share resources as well. Technically, the Belgian could get one of Beige's boars, for example, since Beige has faster berries anyway. And that looks like, it's not... okay. I guess that's kind of a bug that the berries are merged together here, but they are teammates, so it shouldn't matter that much. But when it spawns like this, honestly, Lin could... Beige could just take the berries and give away more to Lin or to the Belgian, because ranks collect berries faster. It's still slow though, but just like creative ways to share economy on these maps. And then you could of course debate whether that's slinging or not, but just mentioning it as an option, of course. So Beige with the Franks, Belgium with the Mongols, Lin with the Ethiopians. So I'm gonna play the archer's role here, or potentially Shotel warriors, who knows. They move really fast, so that could also play into the mobility potential here. It's more of a fast castle than a feudal age map, I think. You'd have to expand to the field eventually, because that's where the good woodlines and extra resources are, but there should be enough wood to sustain you through the dark and feudal ages up on your Acropolis. Now let's have a look at Dying to the Boar. Love Alarm with the Berbers here. Probably meant as a counterpick to the Mongols. You could go camel archers and take out Mongols, Mangudai, or any cavalry archers efficiently. But Berbers also have cheaper knights and camels in the Castle Age onwards. So that's something that could see play as well. You could see great masses of cavalry units in the Castle Age. In the pocket we have Flaming Emu here as the Bulgarians. Also great cavalry, to be honest, because Bulgarians get stirrups as their unique technology, and that gives them 33% faster attack for the hussars and knights, or general the cavalry units they have at their disposal. So that's kind of it's an invisible upgrade, so it could give you an advantage against equally upgraded opponent units. Instant men-at-arms upgrade as well. I don't think men-at-arms will see play here from pocket. Oh, and we are getting to snipe Lin's scout. Almost there. Good save, Lin. And to the left we have Mike Giorgio here with the Britons, who wants to play into that farther ranging Britons archers, crossbows. Oh, one very weak villager here. This is probably a boar luring villager. Might have taken some hits from enemy scouts as well. Looking at the uptimes here, it is going to be the scouts, I think, from Belgian and Beige. So we'll see how that works out for them in the long run. Yeah, we're definitely going to see feudal age aggression here, because everyone is going to feudal age at 20 and 21 pop here. Mostly like what you would see on Arabia. That's some interesting scouting, finding the enemy Acropolis there and just returning home. For a little bit of a run-in, who's getting to the feudal age first here? That would be beige, but not going to benefit from that Frank's extra hit points just yet. And Lava Alarm just allows Flaming Emu Scout to go down there. Beige actually wins the fight. You'd argue whether that's a good fight or not to take out one scout, but it's taking out one scout from the Bulgarians who might also be going for the scouts opening here, so I think that's a worthwhile fight to take. There's the feudal age for the Berbers. We're gonna see the stable being dropped here somewhere, presumably. I think it's too low population to warrant a straight fast castle here, but the wood is of concern for Lava Alarm here. I'm not seeing any stable popping up here. Alright, let's have a look at the other side. Nightclub. Making some local walling here to at least limit enemy aggression. I guess you could wall all the way to the edge here if you're the Belgian, but that would make securing the golds behind the walls a little bit awkward. But the stable is going up, and Belgium will be queuing some scouts here. We are getting the men-at-arms from Lean here, and the distance is large. I mean, I'm not discouraging men-at-arms. They are getting here. The upgrade is kicking in. It's certainly going to catch the opponents off guard here. They are not fully walled, and the Ethiopians and men-at-arms are popping in here to do their thing. Point of entry over at this side as well, so if Lean can't enter the walls here, she could still enter in the middle here and try and hit the berries on Flaming Emu instead. Flaming Emu finally dropping the stable, so not really getting any huge benefit from the left-hand side. Yeah, men-at-arms are cool. Try Mongols Lean, then you could go 17 pop men-at-arms if you push the deer. Maybe even 16, but I never tried 16. Oh, Beige is in the chat as well. As we're seeing Lean killing it here with the men-at-arms in the woodland. That's certainly catching Mike Giorgio off guard here. The ranges are up though. Britain's produced more quickly from the ranges as well. Good dodge there, losing half the men-at-arm HP, but that's fine. First few archers popping out, but the woodland has been obstructed, which will also mess with Mike Giorgio's production a little bit here. Yeah, so no builder kills there, but some idle eco cost, and the men-at-arms just casually stroll back out. While the Belgian has 5 scouts out, and Lin is following up with the faster attacking Ethiopians archers. Yeah, chasing the men-at-arms now. They have done their thing. They're not going to get too much more here. I feel the Belgian is not playing the scouts optimally here, waiting for the numbers before engaging, which means that the opponents might be walled. But looks like they're not fully walled here, so maybe the Belgian will be getting some damage in after all. Let's have a look. Berber scouts just unknowingly moving out here. They will be joining up with Lama Alarms, Berbers what? Berbers archers. Okay, it's a step towards going for the Campbell archers then, I guess. So no cavalry, no scouts opening for Berbers at all. Archers opening. Britain's archers, Berbers archers, and Bulgarian scouts. I guess it's because they're flanks. That's the thing here. Beige with the Frank scouts here, getting some good hits in on the Britain's archers, but the Britain's archers are in huge mass here. They don't have fletching yet, so that's a concern, but the spearmen has been mixed in, and the archers are too many for feudal age scouts to engage against. Oh, topside here. Not expecting the Berbers archers here, apparently, the Belgian. The scouts are out of position. A couple more in queue at home, but you'd need, I guess, 2 archers. 2 scouts, I mean, could clean this up with proper micro, maybe. Belgium also going to stone now, wanting to get that castle up on the hill eventually for for the Mangudai follow-up with the Mongols. Maybe you need something in between. Maybe you need to go camels or knights or whatever before the Mangudai, but it's a good unit to get to in the end. I think he fought off that last archer now. Going to try to track the archers in the back here as well. All the scouts now back home for Belgium. They're going to play defensively, which is good. Beige will be taking some villager losses here though, now that the Berbers player has touching in. At least one, maybe two villagers going to go down here. They're in the middle of the archers. That's two, maybe three even. At this point, Beige should just kill the lumber camp and let the scouts take out these archers. But yeah, gonna clean them up there. No upgrades other than bloodlines for the Belgium, but that means extra hit points for the scouts. And clean that up, however, Beige losing 3 villagers before the cleanup completes. Castle Age for the Franks here. First player to the Castle Age, Lamalar, not too far behind. But Lamalar is going for the archers and finally the camel archers here. Mongols, Mangudai, Berbers, camel archers. That's in the huge favor of the camel archers. And with Kashba from the unique technology from the castle for the Berbers, you also have the castles, all castles producing units more quickly. So the Berbers can get to camel archers more quickly than the Mangudai with that unique technology in. Britons versus Ethiopians here, but not a significant advantage for either here. Britons won't be getting their extra range until the cast age. Lane wisely backs off because the cast age is on the way. You want to get to the cast age and crossbow Bodkin before engaging here, so you have a range and attack advantage. Not to mention the faster firing rate of the Ethiopians. Ooh, but looks like Belgium is going to meddle in there. Maybe they will be taking the fight after all. Here goes the blacksmith for the Bulgarians. Second building needed for cast age actually. The resources are in. The cast age click is not because the second building has been missing. There's the cast age click for Bulgarians, but the Franks already up. Triple stables for Beige at home base to gain a significant lead in terms of cavalry numbers over the opposing party here. Lynn now just 30 seconds away from the castle age. Britain's player not even clicked up yet. So now with Belgian scouts here, if Belgian scouts is able to track the location of Mike George's archers, actually Mike is committing here. Could be a mistake. Castle age 2.5 minutes away. Beige has knights out. You don't want to have all these Britain's archers forward when you know the Franks player is in the castle age and presumably making the knights. +2 defense is coming in as well. Lin is getting Bodkin arrow. Could not afford crossbow or get crossbow immediately. Oh, it's cubed behind an archer. Of course it is. But crossbow will still help. Knights in the mix certainly helps as well. And they should definitely chase this and take the fight. Definitely. They even have a little bit of hill advantage here. Botcoin, crossbow, here we go. This is really bad news for the Britons. There's the castle for the Berbers, so when the camel archers are in production. But Britain's player taking heavy losses here now. It's going to be 17 archers going down here. It's going to be lots and lots of armies dead for Mike Giorgio. But with the Britons, 20% faster working ranges, maybe not the worst trade ever. But great cleanup by Nightclub here, and now they'll be moving forward to apply some pressure at the enemy home base, presumably. Although the Berbers player has a castle up here. Flaming Ebu has not been mining stone for all I know. We could look at the stone sources here. Bulgarians could of course go into Krepost for defense. It's cheaper, it's your economy castle, and speaking of Krepost, here it is. Mike is in the castle age, immediately dropping a third range where the walls used to be, and yeah, gonna double up on the production here, getting crossbow, getting Bodkin, and now has that extra range of the Britons because of it. Numbers could be an issue though. It's 25 crossbows to 18 of Mike, but Mike has home field advantage, has the reinforcements close. Could also flee back to this grab post to keep the economy safe. They're actually extending the economy in the back. A fantastic back base location for Nightclub here. No, for Dying to the War. It's a how many tiles gold? 6 tiles gold down here. It's the 6 tiles gold over here. And for Nightclub, it's only this little area. They still have the backwood, which is good, but that gold spawn is incredibly lucky for Dying to the War. It's really hard to deny. Shouldn't be like that. Technically not a bug map, I guess. Knights and crossbows, but they're not staying together. They're not staying together. I mean, Beige could get a decent fight on his own. It's true. They could get a great trade against the Britain's crossbows here. What's the Camelotcher situation? 6 Camelotchers. Oh, we need the Franks and the Idiot was working together. They're gonna get us around now. And the choke point here for the Britons to hide in. Taking losses though, which is great news for Nightclub here. It's around for the Knights. They might be trading okay on their own, but Lean should really Lean is guarding the reinforcements, but imagine if they took the fight together, it would be even better. You would be taking out these crossbows much more efficiently, but still a great fight. Once again, leaving the Britons with barely any crossbows here, and they have to replenish, which hurts the economy. Gold, as you can see, is draining here. It's gonna drain faster because of the production speed as well. 19 Knights total for the Franks. Now out on the field, they need to move forward, and so they are. So good units production from Beige here. Good aggression overall from Nightclub here. They could potentially do lots of damage here. But the rest of the Knights need to join in. They are on the way. And yeah, Conics are in as well. +2 defense. No castles, so no stirrups. But bad fight for Flaming Emu here. Gonna lose some Conics. I wouldn't say needlessly, but a bit impatient here overall. In the meantime, Belgium has Mongols cavalry archers in the making and will probably be joining in for the fighting soon enough as well. The castle is up, so Mangudai could be seen long term, but this is some great aggression by Nightclub here. Nightclub at an econ disadvantage, but a massive military lead, 3 times the military of Dying to the War here. Dismounted Conic going down there. The Knights still in numbers here. 18 Knights and counting for Nightclub here. Nightclub fielding the Knights here as the Conics join in. They have +2 defense now as well. 3 Crepos producing the Conics. Where are these Crepos? There's one here. There's one in the back. And can't even find the last one, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, maybe it's just the cube, maybe it's just 2 Crepos. Oh, Lynn now left alone here without any Knight support, and the Britain's extra range making it awkward. Needs to get back out, but she is trapped inside enemy base here, and that leaves Dying to the War with a bit of opportunity to stabilize a bit here. Berber's player going to Imperial Age, and a couple of castles going up here. That means access to the Imperial Age siege weapons, or just plain simple cheaper cavalry units here. I'm not sure what the Imperial Age is going to benefit the Berbers here, other than Bracer and Elite Camel Archer and whatnot. But Dying to War, they are stabilizing here. The villager count is dead even with all of these villager eco kills and military kills of Nightclub. Good aggression, but also good defense from dying to the boar. They refuse to die to nightclub at least. Maybe they're dying to the boar, but they're not dying to the enemy. Not yet. Not today. Maybe. We don't know yet. That's a very aggressive DC from Beige here. One of the neutral golds far forward here. Did they even scout the back actually? Oh, they didn't scout the back! There's a golds and stone in the back here and a huge wood line. So, Impact Belgium wouldn't have needed to move out here as early as he did. Could have taken the back wood before moving out to the field. Lin gets into some fairly decent trades here. 19 crossbows and counting, so gonna send the next wave of units. Beige will easily clean this up with the Knights, of course. And now Belgium joins in with the Cavalries as well. Oh. Good dodge, good dodge. Medium range on the Mangonel. That's gonna die to 2 Cavalry volleys, no problem. Uh-oh, there are Mangonels behind here. Seems risky for the Belgian to stay in this area. Britain's extra range. Oh. Are you paying attention? Yes, pulling away. Nice, good reaction. So Nightclub collecting the armies here now. This is essentially a triple player army here now. It's how many units? Probably around... Well, the total army count is 69, so that's most of them are here at this point. Some reinforcements trickling in. Forward Monastery for Beige to heal up the Knights and Cavalries and whatnot here. And TC will complete as well as Lin drops a forward siege workshop past the Ethiopians here. They have fantastic siege. They're the only civilization with all of the siege weapons in the game at their disposal. But dying to the board, they are turtling like champs here. They have some outside the economy, so if Beige spots this, maybe could see the tree being chopped as well. This would be easy for the Knights to take out. Looks like Belgium wants to drop a forward castle here, 670 stone. And where's that gonna go though? Belgium is still in the castle age, will not be pumping out any traps. The camel archers looking scary in mass now. Don't think they're elite yet, right? Even with the Imperial Age in them all. But yeah, they deal how much bonus damage to cavalry archers? 4 bonus damage. I think they'll easily take out Belgium's masses here. But Belgium has been pumping out the Mangudai in the meantime. Cavalry archers into Mangudai here. The forward castle will have to wait. Oh well, pay attention to my archers later on my Mangudai. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We'll see. Trebuchets for... Just casually moving out to... Okay, the Mangudai should be able to take out the traps. Villagers could even do an honorable... No, focus the traps! Okay, I guess you need Bracer and Elite Mangudai to justify that. Imperial Age still 2.5 minutes away. This castle is being repaired, but the Belgian is at 300 stone. We'll not be able to quite... We'll not be able to keep this one up, I think. I don't think so. Love to see the Knights joining in there though. Lava is fighting alone here against 2 players. So the Frankish Knights, even if this is not an ideal fight to take right before Imperial Age, it's important to keep the Camel Archers numbers down. This is a good fight from Nightclub here, 2 vs 1, better army numbers, and Mage will be chasing while the Trebuchet has been dealt with, and the one of the 2 Trebuchets are going out. Lin with the Arbalest upgrade in here, Bracer coming on the way as well, now getting an advantage against the Britons again. Britons outrange Mangonels though, so this could be good engagement for Britons. Let's see. Oh, is this going to be a splatter shot? Lin! Go for it! Oh, big shot! Big shot for red as well, but the Arvs with Bracer, they will clean up that Mangonel. So they're doing okay here. Alright. So we have Arabs versus Britain's crossbows here. No, Imperialish is in for the Britons as well. Means that the Britain's player will be able to outrange the Arbalists yet again. And that is obviously bad news for the Ethiopians here. Looks like trade is on the way. Ondegur coming in for Lin as well. It's going to come in very handy against the Britons, of course, even if the Britons have extra range. If you can get a good shot in, that is going to work big time to your advantage. Let's have a look at the numbers. It's twice the Arabs for Britain as well. That's just having Britons. They produce so much more quickly. It's really really confusing how they do that. Ondegur joining in over here. Big masses to the right hand side as well. Still only camel archers, not heavy camel archers, not elite conics, but Berbers, bombard cannons meddling in here, tying to the board. They really want to push back now, assuming some map position with the Krepost as well. They haven't seen the expansion to the side here, so that would be some exposed economy to hit as well. But of course they want the castles out. They do not want to deal with elite Mangudai in the very late game, and understandably so. Oh, careful, goes up. Some Arbs still pushing here from Lin on this side. My connection dropped, but we're still at it, says Lin. Nice. What did I miss? Oh, Ondegur shot maybe. Yeah, I can rewind. I can rewind. Some random trade going about here. I'm really wondering what I missed. Ondegur, skirmishers. Bam! Do we have siege engineers as well? Yes, we do. Yes, I can see what Lin is saying here, because the Britain's player had 50 Arbs like not too long ago, and they are just mysteriously gone, so I missed something big here. All players now officially in the Imperial Age. Ondegur coming in for the Belgian as well. He has the Mongols, so he could get drill for the siege weapons as well to move faster. Quite the chunk of cavaliers from Page here as well. Oh, drill siege ram, love to see that. Mongols death ball pushing back here, and the siege push, siege ram push against the Berbers. That's always a pickle for them to handle. They have quite a chunk of elite camel archers here, but we may or may not see Page bringing the paladin to the field eventually as well. So let's have a look at dying to the boar here. Lava is hoarding resources, but the other two are really just either just spending them or running out here. They seem to be having some gold issues. The map control is definitely in Nightclub's hands. And we have here Elite Mangodai versus Cavalier on this side. I don't even know where to focus anymore. See Mike desperately trying to extend to the side here to get some more farm eco rolling for the Britons. Lim with the arms and the gears over here will need some siege weapons here, bomber cannons maybe to take out that defensive castle. But seeing as the Britons players only fielding skirmishers at this point, that should be good news. You said mangonels, Lin. I was watching the mangonels. You said onagers. And maybe. Maybe. Big fight to the side here. Mangonel actually allowing to fire away at the camel archers here. And the real sea crabs, they will reach this castle with no trouble whatsoever. See some random purple spots out on the field here, but it looks like Nightclub are in a good spot. Looks to be like it's only a matter of time before Nightclub will reach the home base of Dying to the Boar, and there's basically only farm eco running here. A little bit of trade, but I don't think that trade is significant. Only 5 trade units so far. Castle's going down. Connex dealing with the Rams, but the castle did go down. And of course we need something to handle the mass amount of elite camel archers here as well. This is nice of the Belgian here. It's a siege trans in front, so the unless you focus fire with the camel archers, then the Mangonai are allowed to fire away at the camel archers. They're both at as full upgrades as they can get. With hussars mixed in though, the Mangonai will have to deal with the hussars, otherwise the hussars will take out the siege trans and the camel archers will be able to take out the Mangonai again. Only 2 castles for the Belgian, and not producing Mangonai, elite Mangonai anymore. Would probably be wanting more total to withstand this. Lots of stables going up here. Lin is with a siege workshop on the hill now, and still has that mass of arbalest over here, while Beige has assumed some position in the corner here with the castle, and I don't even know what Red is doing here. Probably having the same idea to secure the corner, but that's not going to happen this time around. More castles going up for Beige at home base here, going to help keeping the Berbers Hussar raids out, so presumably. Some light can mixed in here, so could they be having gold issues? Belgian actually is struggling for gold here. Did they start trade? Where's that trade? No trade for Nightclub yet, could backfire. Oh, Siege Onager from Lin. Oh boy. Siege Onager with Siege Engineers in here, just splattering those skirmishers and even the Britons are less because they don't have the numbers to snipe Onagers at rage. They get one, but that's not nearly enough. And if Lin gets enough Siege Onagers out there, she could even take out the castle with Siege Onagers. But preferably some other siege units would be helpful here, so mixing some bomber cannons so you can deal with the castles and the buildings more rapidly. Would also eliminate the option of Mike Giorgio mixing in longbowmen here, but Mike Giorgio does not have gold at all. That's why he's making skirmisher. He doesn't have gold. Yeah, I can see the idea of the castle. It's stops the full corner trade for Dying to the Boar. I like that one. It's a weird castle spot, but it does either protect a trade route this way or deny it from the other team, so I mean, why not? Oh, more arms moving out again. Lean seems to have more consistent production than the Britain's player here. Keeping the siege under together with the armies as well. A little bit of raids to this side, but there are light cav here, Beige to catch up, and also the Mongols Mangudai. Left hand side also Hussars, lots of Mongol stables over to the side, you know, and the Belgian has lots of food in the bank to keep spamming those. Strongest Hussar in the game, actually, in terms of hit points anyway. Onyx really not working out for Flaming Eevee anymore. Flaming Eevee really low in score as well, has the castle up to the side here, has some Conics, but they're not even elite. They don't have the Imperial Age upgrades. Lavalarm is fielding mostly trash units here. So many resources. Lavalarm should definitely share with the teammates here to allow them to either extend their economy again or just to get army numbers out. We're just past 1 hour here. Nightclub, they are matching the total population of Dying to the War, but their eco is undoubtedly better total than. Who's going to take care of these red villagers over here? Lin! 2 Arbalest and these guys are dead. Nice stone walls to the side here. Overchops will probably be handled at some point. Oh. Nice. Siege onagers have minimum range though. Nice. Ooh. Look at Linsky, it's ridiculous. It's 443 to 161. Says something about. Look at the kill count of this guy as well. 22. 22 units killed by this siege onager. Oh. Brilliant. So many trash units out here. Halberdier switch in for the Bulgarians. That should definitely help out here. But is it economy to replenish those numbers consistently for barracks producing them? I think even the Mongols Hussars here with their full upgrades and the Franks units, they might be able to deal with this first wave of Halberdiers. They're missing some upgrades as well. Forward castle from Lin now. It allows for trebuchets to be queued and finally deal with these Britain's defensive castles. Pikemen, not a threat at all. The skirmishes are, of course, but the siege onagers, if they get a hit in, that's gonna help out. I see trade has started for a nightclub as well. Where are the markets? Yeah, doesn't matter. They are trading. Probably inside home base somehow. And I missed another big shot here. But Lin definitely getting those siege onager shots in and taking the responsibility for keeping Dying to the War at home base here. Pikeman out, another splatter shot for the siege onagers. And of course the ARBs can do the trick as well to deal with units masses like this. Lin is just on fire here with these onager shots. Ethiopian's siege working. Oh. Don't get your own arbalists. Yeah, it's working nicely here. So Dying to the War still has economy running nicely here. Flaming Eevee with the least efficient one. So Halberdier raids over here, which isn't really a concrete answer to elite camel archer mass. That is of concern as well. 49 elite camel archers here from Lavalarm. And there's not much for Nightclub to deal with that. 71 Halberdiers now for Flaming Eevee, so then massing up on these numbers. I mean, it's still good aggression on this side, and if they break through the base here, they could at least obstruct the trade route that Dying to the War has. But we also can't help but feel like there's been too much focus on one side over here, and the extension to the sides otherwise is it's not being punished enough of Dying to the War. But Nightclub, they're still fighting with with an eco advantage here, but struggling to keep up with the numbers now. Elite Camel Archers and Halberdiers together here on bombard cannons, more importantly so, going to take out care of production buildings here and rapidly push back if they manage to take out the other castle of the Belgian here as well, and some of the Franks castles. There's so much eco here to be raided. And this is where the lack of mobility from the Ethiopians start to hurt a bit, because if you need to pull the Arbalists back to defend at home base, that's going to take them a long while to go over there. They have only 0.96 movement speed, but they've been doing some work here. They've been killing lots and lots of units, this group of armies. Big raids to the right hand side here. Halberdiers breaking through the house walls here. Not stone walls on this side from the Belgian, just house walls. And it's only a matter of time until the armies break through here. Dying to the boar, they are with 100 more military than Nightclub. And this is what could sway the fights of the battle here. Bombard cannons in the numbers here as well. 5 of them now. To take out ranges, perhaps take out the castles. I only know slow push, says Lean. Fair enough. Fair enough. I still would say it's working, of course. Just look at all the corpses lying around over here and the castles going down. Perhaps with siege engineers as well. And red, low on population overall. 74 villagers, 43 military. So it's certainly keeping one player busy at home, keeping them out of the game. Oh, looks like Belgium will lose another castle here, and that's disaster for the home economy, for the Hussar raids replenishing from the side. Food council. Belgium isn't making Hussars at home. He's not queuing enough armies. He has 6,000 food, he has the stables to produce, but it seems to be freaked out by the pressure at home base here. Trade route running to the back and the sides of the base here. Oh, there's the corner. Trading to the corners. At least Lin and Beige are doing so. Beige getting some good raids in here. It's setting back Mike Georgiou, but the real death ball here is the Berbers, Elite Camel Archers and Bomber Cannons, and they alone could be an issue. Rebooming well on the side. True. Nice. Lava Alarm with the Hussars mixed in here, so Elite Skirmishers, less of an issue. Elite Skirmisher, good addition of course against this Camouflage mass, but the Rangers keep going down to the raiding parties, and Belgium is losing population rapidly here. 61-31 here, and the all 6 bomber cannons still alive as well. There's nothing here to snipe them. There's no Mongols. Hussars, food count is still high for the Belgian, but hasn't been making any more of those mighty Mongols Hussars here. TC repeating in the middle here, that seems ambitious, but this is where Lin has been pushing from, and Lin is at least taking responsibility here, keeping Mike Georgiou busy at home base. There's not really much eco left to be hit here though. This farming eco in the back here, maybe still that trade route running to the sides as well. Belgium sent a new wave of Hussars out, which will call for some attention on this side. But at this stage in the game, if your gold is running low, almost running out, how the heck do you deal with 45 Camel Archers and 6 bomber cannons like this? I would label the green, orange MVP here. Is fighting at PopCap, fielding those Hussars, keeping the bombard cams alive for the large part. Though Beige is desperately trying to snipe them here, still 4 bomber cannons out, and the castles will be going down, which will make it a lot easier for the units to raid here. farm TC for the Belgian over here. Like it. There's literally nothing here for this TC to protect other than the economy you're putting up. There's definitely economy for a reboot here. Belgium has resources in the bank. But yeah, we need something to do with this. Mass helps comes to mind. Even the arbalests of the Ethiopians could be pulled back, but do you want to pull back the forward push to deal with it? Maybe you have to. Nightclub still at 430, still at similar populations here. It's just that Dying to War have such ridiculous army advantage now, and they're breaking through the base, they're raiding Nightclub to pieces here, and they seem like really strong late game players here. Steady flow of Hussars here, Belgium putting that excess food to use here, and that at the very least should be able to diminish the cavalry numbers or the Hussar numbers of the Berbers. Your main target should definitely be the cavalries at this point, because I don't think Lavalar really has only has 2 castles, so it would take some time to replenish those. Going on in the middle, there's some random halberdier raids, so Red's really putting some of the stray armies to use here as well. There's so much going on here, raids everywhere, Hussars left and right, and true late game madness here. But Nightclub, they are losing more population than Dying to the Boar. They are way behind the military at this point, 150 military behind, and the elite cavalry is still alive and kicking here. More bombard cannons being added even, and forward siege workshops now to pop out more of these units. Listen to all these dying voices. We have to go back and have a little look at Lin's KD again though, because it's here somewhere. It's 831 to 306. Oh, and oh, here we see why Beige dropped his cattle. It's to protect the trade that's now running in the corners here. It's gonna take out those halberdiers slowly but steadily. Good raids by Mike Georgiou here, I have to say. Chasing the trade cards here and at the very least rendering them less efficient. Now back to the raid madness in what used to be Belgians and Beige's home bases. They are relocating economy. Here's the farm TC in the side here, but 300 mil to 70. Not numbers you want to find yourself fighting. Please show the clip out in your Discord. Yes. Ooh, 33 villagers left for green, 66 left for teal. Nightclub finally behind in eco numbers actually. And Dying to the Boar, hence taking the population lead here. They with twice the population now. They're assuming actually the score is deceiving here. It's similar. It's probably because of all of Lean's kills here. Look at these brave farmers trying to re-farm or re-mill in the middle of all of this madness here. Trade line being raided as well, so they trade income now. They've had gold access now for a while, Nightclub, but they're losing that gold access again now. Lin has resources and a decent pop here, but it's just they're falling too far behind in the overall economy here. The GG is cold. Dying to the War takes the first game, but a good one it was. Let's have a look at the statistics, and I will also look at the timeline to try and find the moment I apparently missed. Here's one big one, but I don't think that's the one. Let's see, Britain's. Is there a big dip in Britain's armies here somewhere? Here maybe. I think this is a good moment. Yo, poop. Lord 69722 in the chat. So Poop Lord was already taken as a Twitch name, huh? Welcome. Hello, nice to see you here. Welcome to Poop Lord's viewers. We are casting some 3v3s here from a 3v3 league that I am hosting in my Discord. So do feel free to stick around. There are some commands in the title there showing the team and elo disposition. This is the 7th division, the second lowest division, but still most definitely eventful games here. Now before we look at the clip that Lynn tells me to look at, let me see if I can find one of the moments here where Britons had a very large military. I think this could be one. So she said to watch the Mangonels or whatever, the Onagers. I think we have some big shot incoming here. Yeah. There's an Onager sneaking in from the back there. Yeah, Oh, sorry. Are we gonna get another one? Nice in front. Oh! Lynn! What's going on here? That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Yes, I got the Capture H Pro because I mean it's voluntary. I mean it's a great free feature and it will always be free. But I want to support them for the work they do, and so I'm paying a little bit. I'm actually paying a little bit more than the minimum as well, because I want to support them, and it gives like some ridiculous extra features like these things, right? You can toggle economy, population, military population, food collected, etc. It's lots of advanced stats that are really cool, but I don't usually use all of them. I said congratulations on the most juicy shot in the game. Ha, nice. Nice. But you know what? That's the first game. It goes to dying to the boar. Let's find the second one. Game 2 on Hideout. Hideout. Coming. Alright, need to reset the teams here. This is dying to the war. Nightclub. And let us have a look. How was your stream, Poop Lord? Hope you had a good one. If you're still here. Usually people raid and end the stream because they need to go somewhere else, so I won't hold it against you if you're not hanging around, obviously. So, dying to the war here, Hoopla Mat as the Britons. They also had Britons the previous game, that's because we draft per map. So the civilizations reset, but the home map captain or leader gets to decide who hosts the drafts and who picks first. So you may get to secure Britons for both games. So Britons extra range, good camping civilization for hideout, and yeah, with these archers would prove valuable throughout the game. However, he's up against the Goths, so that could be an issue. Flaming Emu as the Berbers pocket here, so looks like they're enjoying the Berbers-Britons combinations here. Allowing for camel archers again, of course, but in Odd Hideout, maybe the cavalry is more of the play in the castle age. Since you get an unobstructed castle age, you could make a really strong castle age push with the cheaper cavalry, cheaper knights of the Berbers. Lava with the Saracens for this one, that's a frequent one per hideout because Saracens, they deal more. They deal bonus damage to buildings with their archers. So even if you go feudal age archers against the Saracens, you can still break through the walls and deal damage. So as for Knight Club's civilizations here, you have Lin playing as the Ethiopians again, enjoying the Ethiopians here. I personally play Men at Arms and Towers on Hideout a lot, and Ethiopians could definitely pull off Men at Arms and Towers at a lower population than other civilizations because of their 100 food, 100 gold upon reaching the next stage. But it could be that Lin wants to go just Men at Arms here and archers like the previous game. And Lin says they lost their home map. The home map was Team Acropolis, so might come kind of at a disadvantage here than not playing their home map. In the pocket we have Beige as the Franks. Solid pocket civilization. Played Franks the previous game. With played Franks well the previous game. It didn't turn out with a win, but still good performance by Beige there. Good booming civ, the Franks. Should be suiting these close maps well as well, because you could pull off your fast castle more or less uninterrupted, and then start booming into a Knights or Paladins mass later on. The Belgian with the Goths on flank here, that screams Men at Arms and Powers to me, but we'll see what he makes of this. Gold was an issue in the first game. Yeah, you got unlucky with the gold disposition as well. Dying to the Boar had fantastic back gold in their bases, but you also never scouted your backside of the base until they were late, so that could have been a safe gold for longer. That's what just Team Acropolis thinks. I have no idea what the Belgian did in this game. We'll find out soon enough. So Beige, some builders behind here, has been struggling with some idle TC time. Yeah, mismanaging in food a little bit maybe, but Franks collect berries faster, so food income should be stable now, and now bringing in the second boar. So the Franks transition through the ages here is going to be a little bit later. I'm fast forwarding it a bit because this is Hideout. There is not going to be any Dark Age aggression, no significant laming or anything. So I'm just going to track the Feudal Age timing. Everyone going up fairly early here to the Feudal Age, so this should mean Feudal Age aggression. I have to keep an eye out for what they might be doing. Lin with the barracks, not making any infantry units, maybe just straight range here. 3 on gold, I think that means straight archers. Saracens also making the archers. Saracens should drop the market as well, because that gives them great resource trades between better trades at the market than other civilizations, but for now, both players just playing the archers. Advantage for the Saracens here, kind of, because they'll break through the palisade walls nice and easy. The Belgian also opening with archers here, but he's up against the Britons, so what else can he do? A mix of archers and skirmishers here, while Flaming Ebu is making scouts. But Beige is going fast castle here. I think that's proper approach as well from Beige to try and go straight fast castle here. The food count allows for that. It's only 23 pop, but gonna be maybe 25 by the time Beige kicks up here, and the blacksmith market needs to complete, of course, because that happens. But I think considering the uptimes of dying to the boar here, going to the castle age from the pocket makes perfect sense. Second range for the Belgian here. It's wait, did I see a skirmisher? Maybe it was a mis-queuing units there from the Belgian. Yeah, I think he cancelled the skirmisher and went for the archers. So archer versus archers here. No significant advantage for the Britons until the castle age for the archers. They are similar in the upgrades. See Archer Arbor for Lin here, which should even out the fighting here. They're at roughly similar numbers, but Lin fires faster and has the armor, while Lama Lam doesn't have anything for the archers here. Double ranges, no market from the Saracens just yet, so just relying on the generic eco approach, no market usage to tweak the resources. So Flaming Emu joins in with the scouts here. Of course, if they are able to break through on the Belgian side here, that's going to be really bad news with the scouts archers combo, but the way the Belgian is placing the buildings here as well, it should be fairly easy to deny the aggression from entering further. Could be an issue with the gold, but worst case you could power that to get your defenses going to keep the aggression out. And Palisade Gate goes down just like that, no problem. Belgian, however, might not be expecting 5 scouts here in addition to this. So if the scouts meddle in here, go in between, which they will be doing, Hooplamat is looking at a much better trade against the Goths player here. Beige could dive in here with some knights to save the day though. All feudal age for dying to the war here. Eco progression, these progression bars show the resources needed to the next stage. They are nowhere near the cast stage. Good cleanup there from the Belgian. He has more numbers. He's taken out all the scouts and will now trade nicely with some dancing around to take out the Britain's armies as well. I think Hooplamat was expecting a better fight here. Let's have a look at the army progression on the other side here. 16 to 13. So Milton numbers lead for Nightclub here. They did have that at some point in the previous game as well, but then they slowly fell behind and got raided into oblivion. All Goths need to do here though is to survive until the cast stage. Then they could drop a castle and get those Huskarls out. So I'm hoping we'll see some Goths infantry madness here, with perfusion in Imperial Age boosting the production speed of the stables to the point of ridiculousness. Knights out and about for Beige here. Economy still behind, but if Beige gets a second town center up here, Beige is going to be able to catch up in villagers and compensate for that higher idle town center time going up. Going to work together with Lin here to break through on the Saracen side. Clock is kind of ticking here. Beige really needs that +2 defense as well to comfortably engage against the enemy units. There's still no market for Lamalar. I mean, imagine having a market here, you would be able to go up to the castle age even sooner, because you could just trade resources and not having to wait for the food economy and the gold to peak in there. But castle age is on the way, so the Saracens player is going to beat the Ethiopians here to the next age. Nightclub can't play this too passively. They need to push now. Of course, they can't know that Lamal army is on the way up to the castle age. But not being able to spot any archers out on the field anymore could be an indication that they are on the way up. Belgium still trading nicely here. KD 33 to 20. So taking the proper efforts to keep the Britons busier and force the Britons to replenish numbers. Gaslight's kicking into Lava Alarm, and of course that's the sign for Lin to back off. Let's pull away until the upgrades are in. The 20 seconds to go, which means that Crossbow Bodkin is about 1 minute away, assuming Lin can afford them, and of course she can. The eco is on point. In the meantime, Lava Alarm has been mining enough stone, maybe trading a little bit as well, but has been mining enough stone to get this castle up. To the right-hand side, we have the Belgian trying to push here, but the Britons now 40 seconds away from the castle age. The clock is ticking now to do damage for the Goths to ensure that the Britons will be getting less out of the castle age here. This is good though. This forward aggression of the Belgian is forcing a defensive tower from Hoopla here. Of course, that means that the Belgian will not be able to engage further into the base here, but it puts the Britons on the back foot, meaning that additional town centers can not be added. So that's great value from the Belgian here. Castle goes up, so it will be difficult for Lin and Bage to push in further here now. What they could do, which would be risky with the Saracens armies moving out there, what they could do is not just pull back, but move further out and find damage at Flaming Emu's base instead, because there aren't really a significant amount of Berber's Knights out yet. So this combination of Ethiopians, crossbows and Knights would essentially force Lava Alarm to move to Flaming Emu's side and engage close to the Berbers on base. But they're taking the fight here together in the middle of everything. And it still looks to me like a decent fight for Bage and Lin here. They have a positive KD stats here.